Hi, my name is Aya and I'm from Group 4, and today I'm going to be interviewing some students from Taylor's about their knowledge and understanding on poverty in Malaysia. Hi, welcome. Can you please introduce yourself first?
Hello, my name is Xiaowei. I'm 22 years old and I'm taking a Bachelor's of International Business and Marketing. I'm in the School of Business and I'm from Malaysia.
Yeah, my name is Mohamed. I'm also in the International Business and Marketing Business School, and I'm from Pakistan.
Hi. So, based on your understanding, what do you know about poverty and B40 community in Malaysia?
So B40 is a term used to describe the bottom 40% of households in Malaysia according to their income level. These households generally belong to the lower income group and face various economic and social challenges. The B40 community in Malaysia faces several challenges that hinder their economic and social growth. These factors include low household income, inadequate access to healthcare facilities, and insufficient education opportunities. Additionally, the rising cost of living and the threat of unemployment complicate matters further. The government and other stakeholders must work towards alleviating the problems faced by the B40 community.
What do you think are some challenges faced by the B40 community?
So firstly, low household income is a significant factor that affects the B40 community's standards of living. According to a 2019 World Bank study, around 2.7 million Malaysian households fall within the B40 income bracket. These households have an average monthly income of 1,800 ringgit, which is insufficient to their basic needs. As a result, many of these households struggle to afford proper housing, nutritious food, and other essential items. Secondly, the B40 community also faces challenges in accessing adequate healthcare facilities. In Malaysia, private healthcare services are expensive, making them unattainable for many households. However, public healthcare services are overcrowded and understaffed, leading to long waited times and poor treatment. The disparity in healthcare facilities often result in a lower quality of life for the B40 community. For instance, people with chronic illnesses may be unable to access the appropriate healthcare services, which can result in worsening health conditions.
Moving on, are you aware of the different rankings and classification in B40 groups in Malaysia?
So yes, I am aware. Within the B40 classification, there are 4 different classifications as well, which are B1, B2, B3, and B4. What differentiates them from one another are the income range, such as how the income range from B1 is below 2,500 ringgit, as compared to B4, which is between 3,970 ringgit and 4,849 ringgit.
With all these questions in mind, how do you think a B40 family would improve their financial standing?
So one of the many ways that they can do so is to firstly understand their income and save what they can. For example, when I interviewed a single mother who runs a small business, I saw that the struggles she had most towards was handling her finances. She was unaware of how to keep track of her income, spending, and inventory. To help her, I suggested that she have a book to monitor her spending, separating her personal business and funds as well as creating a budget. Just these small steps will help her improve her business, which will further on help with her financial standing in the future.
Okay. Hi. What do you think the government should do to assist the B40 groups?
The government can provide aids and schemes as well as workshops to help the small B40 businesses. For example, an existing scheme that the government provides currently is called Amanah Ikhtiar Malaysia, which allows people to take a small loan which they pay weekly or monthly. This loan can be as low as RM 5,000, and by having the weekly monthly payment, the users are able to pay back a smaller amount compared to directly paying back a huge amount which they might not be able to or which might be hard for them. The government should also increase the level of education. When Malaysians have a higher level of education and high skills, it will reduce the inequity in wages, as only 5% of young adults from the bottom income quintile have a bachelor's degree compared to 40% from the top quintile.
What do you think are the political problems faced in this issue?
Since 2013 and 2015, key stakeholders from civil societies, public sectors, and academic institutions have been raising concerns on the increasing inequality experienced by the urban poor bottom 40% and low-income families living in urban squatters and high-rise low-cost flats. This discussion was held to confront urban poverty towards building an inclusive Malaysia for all by 2020. This can be seen as a political problem as it raised concerns on public policies such as neglect on urban poverty, in development planning, the crime, violence, and dysfunctionality of families such as the root causes or manifestation of urban poverty, as well as the urban poverty and social cohesion, which is the impact on ethnic relations and harmony at a neighborhood level.
So lastly, how does being in a lower income household impact a family in your opinion?
The living of a lower income can bring multiple stresses such as food, fuel, disposition, and restricted social opportunities. This affects a family relationship as it harms the parents' physical and mental health, leading to worsening health conditions and a higher mortality rate. This also contributes to feelings of stigma, isolation, and exclusion for the whole family.
Okay, so before we finish things, what's your takeaway from this discussion?
My takeaway would be that there's a dire need for the Malaysian government to step up and help the B40 group, because every person should have a right to a good healthcare system and education. And just like Jiawe mentioned about the single mother he interviewed, a little knowledge on how to tackle financial situations, she might be able to save more money, time, and energy.
And that's all for our discussion session. Thank you so much for making your time, and thank you.